Happy
National Coming Out Day.
In honor of today, we are here.
We're coming out.
Yeah, we're coming out. We actually came out of the house and drove to a parking lot, but we
met in a parking lot. We're actually in the parking lot of the place where we met. We met at a place called
Choice Center, Leadership University.
Yes.
It's like a personal development class that I attended, and well, she attended it too. And we met actually while I was coaching.
Yeah.
One of the courses. We got to know each other a little bit during it.
Yeah.
Became friends.
True.
There's a lot more to the story.
A lot
More to the story of us. And we thought we'd take a minute and share. To me, this is a risky, it's a vulnerable story for me.
Yeah.
I think as it is for most people coming out. I mean, it's not like you wake up and say, here it is. There's always there's a journey. It's a journey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to share about kind of, I don't know, like your process of how you found me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think coming out, it's kind of an interesting term because I didn't really have a set time where I came out. It was just once I met you, and then once we were together, it was kind of just I'm with this person. So it wasn't I wasn't hey world, I'm gay and I like women.
But that was going on inside of you.
That was going on inside of me, yes. But I didn't come out and say it. I just kind of came out and was I'm dating a woman.
That was the way you came out. It wasn't that you chose to tell everybody, I'm gay, I like women. You just were oh, here's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it is a journey, still, even now. But basically, I grew up in a really strict Christian home, religious, very religious, very by the book, by the law. And so being gay wasn't accepted, obviously, but it wasn't really something that I was raised, although it was a strict religious home, I was raised to love everybody and accept people for who they are because it's not my place to judge. And that's kind of just the mindset I always had throughout life. And so I knew when my parents would find out that I liked women or liked a woman, they would be disappointed. But one thing I didn't expect was the extent of the disappointment. So I met Jamie, and our friendship developed and blossomed, and eventually we both grew mutual feelings and really, fell in love. And when I decided I was going to do this and just accept who I am, because that was part of my journey through Choice Center, was accepting who I was and accepting the feelings I felt inside, and realizing that I'm not a terrible person for those feelings. So basically we were together not even very long at all when I started telling people. I mean, I was excited, I was in love, so it was exciting. It was a great feeling, especially from all the feelings I had in the past of depression and self-hate and not being attracted to boys, even though that's what was supposed to be right.
Yeah.
One of the first people I shared with was one of my aunts, who at the time I was closest to, and asking her please don't tell my mom yet, I'm not ready, there's a time and a place that I want to share with my mom this. And unfortunately she did not listen to me. So I got a call from my mom not even a few days after, and basically my mom flipped, does not love it at all. Very much was
and it being me.
Yeah. it was a disappointment to her, like extremely. She, told me that I was an abomination, and she can't accept a daughter who is going to live in that lifestyle, who has a reprobate mind. For those who understand religion, like think I gave over to like sin and Satan and all of that. So that in itself was a really tough journey. It still is. I'm not accepted in my home. I haven't seen my family in 3.5 years. I have younger siblings that I don't get to see. Anytime there's a conversation between me and my mom, it's how I'm going to hell, and that I'm not accepted. And there were hard times where it would make Jamie feel really sad.
Yeah, I mean, it still does, yeah.
To see me so upset, and it's realizing that it does make me sad not to see my family, but I have such a better mindset about life. Like, I am not struggling with depression. I'm not struggling with self-acceptance. Like, I am more myself than I've ever been with being with Jamie, and just, and now we're on this journey to creating a family, and I never thought that I could be this happy. I thought I was going to have to marry a man and be stuck in a lifestyle that didn't make me happy, and it's nice to not be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right into that thought, because I know you were worried about, like, you're younger and you were worried about being stuck with a man and that lifestyle. Yeah. And that kind of ties into my journey, actually. I kind of just, like everybody else, like, I went with what made sense. I dated a lot of guys growing up. In college, I experienced some feelings, some curiosity for a woman, and I didn't really know what was going on, but I just made myself wrong immediately, and like went to church, like, and was like praying and like, okay, I'm sorry, whoops, because that's what I kind of just believed was, like, that's what I was taught. And I was dating a guy, and my best friend ended up marrying his best friend, and I just I don't know, I just wanted to keep up with the Kardashians. I don't know. I ended up marrying the guy, and I stayed in the marriage for 11 years of my life, and it was not good. It was not a good experience. It was miserable for him and I was not attracted to him. I made it very clear. I thought something was wrong with me. So I went to the doctor on numerous occasions to figure out why I didn't want to be sexual with my husband. I was just mean and angry and miserable, quite frankly, in the marriage for years and years and years. And it wasn't fair that I stayed for so long. It wasn't fair for me, and it wasn't fair for him. And I just made it work. I threw myself into a career. I just, like, moved up in this company, just that's all I cared about was my career. And I just distracted myself from kind of, like, not liking my relationship. So when I came to Choice Center, I definitely gained some confidence and I became more comfortable in my own skin. But I actually took a separate class through Choice. Like, it's like there's multiple classes, and there's like one main one, and then there's one where it was specifically focused on relationships. And during that class, I had some stuff come up where they ask a question about, being honest with yourself. And there was a question asked, have you ever thought you were gay or lesbian? And I mean, the bells were just ringing in my head of yes, I have, yep. And I came home and I talked to him about it. And the responses I was getting was like, oh yeah, well, everybody's kind of gay, it's fine. women like women, men like men. It's cool. It's like there's like a spectrum. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, here I am. And then I met Chelsea. And I started to experience things I'd never felt before. Emotions I'd never felt. Sexual feelings that had never come up for me before. And it was just very, very, very clear that I was not in the right place in my marriage. I left my husband, and I was honest with him, and I let him know what was going on. And it was a really, really difficult time for me. I felt incredible guilt. I felt disgusting. I felt like a horrible person, that I hurt him, or, you know, was dishonest, or I don't know, I just felt awful. Like that wasn't the person that I am in this world. And I was really hard on myself, and that wasn't fair, because at the end of the day I was not being true to myself by being married to him, and I was wasting his life away being stuck in a marriage with somebody who wasn't in love with him, who wasn't finding him attractive in the way that it should be. So that was kind of just, I mean, in that moment, you know, that was my coming out. And like, I never envisioned it. I never thought that would be my life, but I cannot see my life any other way than it is right now. Like, yeah. I've never been happier. I'm so freaking in love with this woman. Like, it's every day of my life. I just look and I'm like brought to tears. Like, just how much I love her. And I'll never look back. And I'm so thankful for everything. And yeah, crybaby. I'm a huge crybaby. I hate it. But you know, that was kind of what it was. And I've had a lot of support. There was some reactions that were, my mom is not in support of it, but my mom, that's another vlog. Like, my mom is a whole nother vlog at some point. And that's okay. My dad's been great. He walked me down the aisle when we got married. He's just, he loves Chelsea. Yeah. Like, he doesn't quite understand what's going on. He's older, but he, you know, I think he calls us friendship on steroids. Like, he really accepts what's going on. He wants me to be happy.
Calls me his daughter. Like, he's great. I mean.
And so for that, we're just, you know, I'm really thankful. I've had a lot of support from my friends and family.
Yeah. And
I'm thankful for that. I really am. And it breaks my heart that it just breaks my heart, because I'm a good person. Like, I love their daughter. You know, I love, if only like your mom really knew, you know, like if she could just get it.
Yeah.
And that's what frustrates me, is because I care so much and I'm a loving person. And I would be such a loving person to her mom and her siblings, and they would be just loved. Yeah. And it's just sad that love is rejected.
Yeah. They're gonna go on about living their lives, and I'm gonna love them anyways. It gets to be from a distance for now, and you know, only time can tell what will happen. But I get to love the people around me, and I get to teach my future children love and acceptance, and just. This is our coming out story.
This is what's up. This is what happened in April of May of 2014.
Yep.
Happy coming out day. This was our story.
Go love somebody.
Do it. I love you.
Go love somebody. I mean, you don't have to be in love with them to love them, but just go give love today.
Yeah.
The world needs a lot more love.
A lot more.
So
be loving.
Just go love somebody, whether you're coming out or you're out, or you don't need to come out.
Okay, well, thank you for listening and allowing us to be honest and vulnerable.
She cried.
I cried. Damn it.
Bye.
Bye.